Today's video, I am going to explain operation of integers. So before that, integers is one of the classification of real numbers under the rational numbers. Under rational numbers, including the integers. So what is integers anyway? These are numbers that includes the negative and the positive and the zero. So three types of integers: the negative integer, the zero integer, and the positive integer. Zero is a special number in an integer, which we call this as the zero integer, and we also have the negative on the left side. Now, isa sa pinaka-problema ngayon ng mga kabataan sa math, kung bakit nahihirapan sila, is the negative sign. Tinatawag ko ito, sakit sa sign. Maybe makakatulong ito sa mga nakikinig ngayon. Here is the rule. The addition and subtraction has a common rule, and also the multiplication and division has also its common rule. When we say addition and subtraction, it doesn't matter if you add or subtract, for as long as you follow the rule. Let's take an example of negative 5 plus 8, and the other given is positive 5 minus 8, and also the other given is negative 5 minus 8. So if you observe these three examples here, numbers here are just the same, but different in operations and signs. Here is the rule in adding or subtracting an integer. First, focus on the sign of the bigger number. So let's take a look on this example, negative 5 plus 8. Obviously, the bigger number here is 8. So therefore, your answer must be in a positive sign. So in mathematics, you don't need to write positive. After you determine the sign, you will look on the two signs. Is the same, you will go with the addition operation. If the signs are not the same, you go with the operation of subtraction. So since these signs are not the same, you go with the subtraction operation. It doesn't matter if you subtract 8 to 5. You have to subtract the bigger number to the smaller number because you already have the sign. So in this case, since this is unlike sign, you need to subtract the 8 to 5. The answer is 3. So you can answer positive 3. The sum of negative 5 and 8 is positive 3. Take a look on the second example. Bigger number sign is 8, therefore you need to use the sign as negative. Before you do the operation, you will see that these signs are not the same. If you don't see any signs here, this is equivalent to positive. So unlike sign, you need to subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. So therefore, the final answer for this example is negative 3. So it has different answers here. How about negative 5 minus 8? Get the sign of the bigger number, which is 8, negative. Since these signs are the same, you will proceed to addition operation. If you add 8 plus 5, the answer is 13. Look at the answers of these three different answers. So if you can see here, the numbers are just the same, but the signs are not. So magkaiba ang kanilang operation. Kung makikita ninyo, iba-iba yung kanilang sagot. Ganyan na ganyan dapat ang kailangan ninyo na rule. You have to master this rule because this is a very important matter when you solve in mathematics, because a single mistake in sign, it will ruin your answer. Let's proceed to multiplication and division. In this operation, wala kang ibang gagawin kundi magmumultiply or magdi-divide. Let's take a look on this example. If you have, let's say, 5 multiplied to negative 2, or maybe negative 5 multiplied to negative 2. Okay? Now, the other example here, 10 divided by negative 5 and negative 10 divided by 5. So don't be confused if you see a fractional form. This operation is still division. So pwede mong sasabihin na 10 divided by negative 5 or maybe negative 10 divided by negative 5. So magkapareho lang yan ang ibig sabihin yan. Now, let's have this example in multiplication. When you see multiplication here, you don't need to find the bigger number or to determine the unlike sign. If it is multiplication, you have to go to the multiplication operation. But you have to find the signs, or you have to be careful about the sign. If the signs are not the same, automatically your answer is negative. But still, you need to multiply. 5 times 2, 10. So the answer is negative 10. In this example, you still have to go with the multiplication, but if the signs are the same, you will have the positive answer. That's the negative times negative, positive 10. So you don't need to put positive. So that's the difference. Same here. If you divide unlike sign, you have negative, but still you have to divide. The answer is negative 2. Same here. If the signs are the same, you have a positive answer, but you still divide the numbers. The answer is positive 2. So these answers here are just the same with this one and this one. Ngayon, paano kapag ang itsura ng given ay ganito? 3 plus negative 8, and the other one is 3 and negative 8. Maraming nalilito dito sa given na ito kasi if you see these two given here, it's like a very similar given. But hindi mo masyado napapansin na meron siyang operation sign within the number 3 and the negative 8. So in this case, babantayan mo lang kung meron siyang sign within the parenthesis tsaka yung number between the 3 and negative 8. If you see a sign or operation, hindi kailangan mag-multiply dito. Kahit meron parenthesis, ang purpose lang ng parenthesis is to separate the plus and the negative sign. But here, it's very clear na walang operation sign between 3 and the parenthesis negative 8. Therefore, in this given, this is multiplication. So what's the answer here? The answer here must be 3. Unlike sign becomes minus 8. Then proceed with the ruling of positive or addition and subtraction. The answer, bigger number, is negative. Then subtract 8 by 3, negative 5. So the ruling of this is based from addition and subtraction. How about this one? This is a multiplication, so you don't need to find what operation should be used, but you need to find what sign should be followed. Since unlike sign, therefore negative, but you will proceed to multiplication, 3 by 8 is negative 24. So kung titingnan natin, napaka-similar ng given, pero malaki ang pagkakaiba ng sagot. Diyan, karamihan ng mga kabataan ngayon na nalilito kung paano gawin ito. So in the next video, ituturo ko sa inyo kung ano naman ang rule ng PEMDAS. Kailan gagamitin ang PEMDAS at ano yung limitation ng PEMDAS. So that will be the next video.